Hello, welcome to a journey through tarot. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I just want to say, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. I also do want to mention that all of my readings so far have been timeless. I like to announce that they all are. So if there's another title or something that stands out to you, please feel free to, check it out. Also, I just did a Thanksgiving reading yesterday. It ended up being into 2 videos. It revolved around twin flame dynamics. I didn't expect to get so vulnerable, and it just kind of came out. And if that's something that you feel that resonates with you or something that you're interested in, I would definitely recommend it. Anyways, today we are going to go ahead and take care of a pick a card reading. So my thoughts were, what is your higher self or yourself keeping from you? As well as, what are the intentions of the person that you are thinking of? Those are kind of the questions that were in my head today as far as what this pick a card reading is going to represent. I do apologize, the smoke that you're seeing there, I'm just saging, just so we can clear the energies. I've tried to do this introduction a few times. I do feel like I really just needed to cleanse and kind of hone in on this energy, because I feel like there's a lot of information that we're going to be getting today. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck. And basically we are going to do a live shuffling to choose each pile. So originally when I was shuffling, I decided to put the cards back in the deck. It didn't feel right. So let's go ahead and just start from fresh here and just kind of see where the guides take us. We are now cleansed. The area feels a lot more cleansed, a lot relaxed, a lot more calm and serene. Before it was a little chaotic, and so let's just take a deep breath. Let's set the intentions for this reading. Spirit guides, please allow us a clear and concise reading. I do ask that you bring our higher self and our person's higher selves into focus during this reading. We'd like to ask ourselves, what are we hiding from ourselves? That's something that we need to work on. Also, what is our person's intentions? I feel like this is a collective energy. This question kind of just came through my head. So we'll go ahead and see what Spirit has to say. So what I'm going to do is a live shuffle here. I am going to see which piles resonate with you most based off the imagery. I'll give you a moment to choose. Spirit guides, what will represent pile 1? Pile number 1, Spirit guides. Which animal will represent pile number 1? Let me shuffle a few more times here. Let's do one more quick shuffle. I'll also put the timestamps in below if you'd like to skip this shuffling. I just prefer live shuffle. That way we can all be on the same page. Pile number 1. Which spirit represents pile number 1 today, spirits? Okay, so a few flew out. The buffalo actually was on top. So this will represent pile number 1. Spirit guides, what will represent number 2? Okay, we had 2 cards come out. I'm gonna put these back. If that's something that, resonated with you, this might be your pile. Pile number 2, just 1 card, Spirit. The wolf just flew out of the deck. So the buffalo is pile number 1. The wolf represents pile number 2. One more pile, Spirit. One more card. All right, the owl flew out from the deck here. All right, so I just want to give you some time. Okay, pile number one. Those of you who felt the buffalo resonated with you. During that live shuffle, I wanted to talk about like the CU buffs. For some reason, that was reminding me of where I'm from, which is in Colorado. There's a lot of buffalo. The song, "Where the buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play." So someone who might be outdoorsy, Montana comes to mind. I'm not sure why. So if this is your pile, you can, comment below and let me know why the buffalo resonated. You can also look in the timestamps just to see, if none of these really feel right for you. We'll talk a little bit about your personality being represented by the buffalo. I'm not calling you a buffalo. I'm not saying your body structure or your, anything like that. What I'm telling you when I am saying that you represent the buffalo is that there is a maybe inner stubbornness, maybe some Taurus energy, some earthy energy within you that you withhold from yourself potentially. So let's go ahead and use the Illuminated Tarot deck here. And let's just get a little bit on your personality. Let's take a couple cards, Spirit, regarding this pile number one's personality. So we have, this is the Six of, I believe this is Wands reversed. Okay, and let's just grab another card here, Spirit. Pile number one and a little bit about their personality, Spirit. I just want to make sure that this is your pile so that you can feel that it resonates with you. And if not, we'll leave this pile and try another. Or, there's other videos to try. So, pile number one, I'm just going to grab one. You have the, this is the Jack of Diamonds. Also very colorful and sporadic comparison to the Six of Spades. I believe that one is. Let me just double check. I'm sorry, I'm confusing if that is Wands or if that is representing something else. Oops. Spades or swords. So I believe this is the Six of Swords in reverse. I apologize. Took me a second. I haven't used this deck in a little while. Isn't that funny how all decks are just so different from each other? So, yeah. So, I mean, obviously the picture is portraying someone who is walking away, leaving something behind. So the Six of Swords would be representative to your personality in reverse. So it's someone who withstands. And the buffalo I mentioned is very stubborn. They stand their ground. So you're a very sturdy, I want to use the word safe, very stable, a great compatible partner. That is the representation that I'm getting from your personality. Then we have the Jack of Diamonds, which would be I believe that's your Page of Pentacles. I believe that you are someone who elevates yourself to basically allow yourself to grow. There's a lot of growth here. I'm going to double check with this Jack of Spades. I just want to make sure I'm not, saying this incorrectly. Yeah, so it is the Jack of Diamonds. Okay, so again, you are, I want to say scholarly. I want to say that you push yourself beyond your limits. I feel that you're very stubborn on yourself as well. I feel your hidden attributes are both available and shown in your daily basis, but also sort of hidden. And what I mean by that is, yes, you're sturdy. Yes, you're stable. You're a great partner. You're someone who is readily able to take that step. But on the other hand, you are very hard on yourself. You're harder on yourself than you are on others. And that is something that I feel you can be aware of, but I don't think that you're aware of the fact that it does cause strife in your relationships. I feel as though some of you, and this may not be all of you, some of you may put your work first or your school above others in some cases, and there is nothing wrong with that, by the way. Having drive, having capability, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if there's someone very special in your life who feels neglected to an extent, or they may feel less than, you may be a little bit of a workaholic. You would say, no, I'm just determined and I have bills to pay. You're just a tarot lady. You know nothing, you know. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. There's a side eye on the buffalo, like, really? You know, look at the destruction in the background. There's lightning just hitting the skyline, and the buffalo's like, meh, been here, done that, you know. You're grounded, you're earthy, you're a great person in a relationship. I can't, say that enough. You're definitely the person that you would go to for structure. But I do also get that you may need to have a little more fun in your life, and it doesn't always have to be so serious. That you are allowed to take a break. Maybe that's a big thing for you, pile number one, is that you are pushing yourself past your limits to the point where you're actually exhausting yourself, and you're actually starting to take on too much. And you are more than capable, but I also want you to recognize, and I think your higher selves want you to recognize, that you're allowed to take a break sometimes without feeling guilty. And it means that you're taking good care of yourself when you rest and recuperate. There's nothing wrong with that, is what Spirit is telling me. All right, let's go ahead and get some more oracle cards here, as well as tarot. So I do want to use some more tarot and ask what your person's intentions are towards you at this time. This is the Mythical Manga deck. Love this deck. What is pile number one's person's intentions at this time? So, wow, we have the Star. And we have Justice. So, I just want to put it out there. This could be your pile. If someone has wronged you in some way in the past, or took advantage of your steadfastness, as in they knew that you would be there by their side no matter what. Your loyalty was beyond any comparison they've ever had. And justice and karmic rights will be changed in your situation. So if there's someone who did you wrong, who feels like they left you out in the cold and you deserve justice for this. Justice, I'm also seeing here, this is interesting, the depiction of this imagery, because she is blindfolded. She has a sword, right? She has this sun illuminating behind her. She has the scales. So, yes, there's a balance that is needing to be restored. But this sword tells me that you'll receive the clarity, so you'll learn the lesson from it. You'll take something on a grander scale, something that was minuscule at the time that hurt you, that you're like, oh, I'm past that. That has reached this level of clarity that has actually pulled you into ascension right now. The sun being illuminated shows me that all of the things that were unknown in the past are now shown. I know that she has a blindfold on, but to me, she can see with her third eye. She follows her intuition. She feels focus, confidence, poise, a lot of green there. Her heart chakra is open. She is happy as an individual. And this is a great state of being to be when you're looking for your partner. The star here tells me there's hope beyond the desolation of whatever happened in the past. It seems like to me, pile one, you are completely over that person. You're like, why are we even talking about them? I'm over it. Buffalo, pile number one, this whole scenario just shows me your strength. I admire your determination, and I just think that you just need to allow yourself a little bit more me time. I'm gonna go ahead and use the spell casting oracle just for a little bit of advice, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. That was a quick, short, concise reading, and I think that you are on the right path. And Spirit wants to say thank you for being yourself and for trusting in us, because this woman right here has intuitive belief in herself, in others, and she just is strong. So you're amazing, pile number one, and you have this. You got this. Please let yourself rest more. That's pretty much the gist of your advice. Spirit guides, what else do you have for pile number one? Advice on their shadow work, advice on their person and what to do. As far as your person goes, I know that I feel as though you're done and over with that. So if that's something that you resonate with, that you're like, should I let go? I think you should, if you feel like that is the correct path. I feel like you're over it already. I feel like it's time for you to have new energy come in. That's just the energy I'm receiving from you. Lighten your load. So yeah, this just confirms what I was saying, with the fact that you are taking on, look at this. This person's holding the whole weight of the world on his shoulders. But then look at this illumination again. It's like you're aware that you don't have to do this anymore in order to be fulfilled or to be complete. You don't have to be a people pleaser in order for someone to love you, because you love yourself and that is enough. What else, Spirit guides, for pile number one? Pile number one, passion. I feel like there's something new coming in, pile number one. I feel like you're over the old. It's time for the new to come in. There's going to be a new passionate love affair. That's the whole interpretation that I'm getting from that. Also, a passion in yourself and more drive into your life rather than just working just to work. Follow your passions. I know that you're hardworking. I know that you're doing 50 million things at once. But does that light your fire? Ask yourself that. Does that light my fire? Last bit of advice for pile number one, please. All right, we got a few cards here. Travel. So if you're thinking about traveling or walking away from someone, now is the right time. New beginnings. I really think that you're leaving someone behind here and you're moving on. And I feel like that energy was already in here even before I even grabbed the tarot. So that is something that Spirit says you're going to have good luck with. That is incredible. Pile number one. You guys have blown me away with how easy and how quick this reading was. So I just want to give you a little bit of a bonus here and see what else Spirit is going to give us for you. Pile number 1, the heart. Yeah, there's definitely new love coming in. I cannot reiterate that enough. Whatever this old energy, it's going to pass, and it's going to light a fire within you. Whoops. 2 more wanted to fall out. The vision and the bardo. So, I am not completely sure what this bardo is. So give me just a second to read this one for you, and then I will be all done here. Give me just a second. So the vision, of course, is you following your intuitive abilities. The owl came out in pile number 3, so that might be a pile that potentially you should watch. It just feels like you are manifesting the exact life that you want and desire. Also, following your desires is a big motivation for you. I'm gonna say this year. For some reason that wants to come out. I have yet to see this. I'm probably saying it incorrectly. The bardo. I have yet to see this particular spread. So let's see. Okay, so the liminal, the in-between, and the transition. So yeah, there's something huge occurring, and I can feel it throughout your pile. It's like there's a place in between. It's saying from your past and your present, or from your past and your future. So you're right in the in-between. You just need to take that leap of faith. It says, when the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for a remarkable healing and vision. The bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message from you from the beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. So it says that you are seeking truth, which seems to be, you've already found your truth. You're following your intuitive abilities. I feel pile number 1, that there's not a lot of guidance. I think that you just really needed a confirmation that this energy is stagnant and you're just ready to let it go. And so I'm just gonna say kudos to you, and congratulations on your endeavors in the future, because you are going to be amazing. And that's all for today, pile number 1. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Hello and welcome, pile number 2. If you chose the wolf, this is your pile. So we are asking Spirit today, what are we hiding from ourselves? This one wanted to come straight out the bat here. What are we hiding from ourselves, and what intentions does our person have? So generally these 2 questions don't really link up, but I personally believe if you work on your own spiritual growth, then your person will follow suit. So that's kind of why I felt the need to put these 2 questions together. So Spirit says a little bit about you and your personality and what you may be potentially be hiding from yourself. And when I say hiding from yourself, I mean that there could be some shadow work. I mean, we all have shadow work we need to work on. Or something we can improve on ourselves, right? I mean, we're all humans. Every day and every season is a new season of growth. So Spirit says, you might be a little bit of a, here's what I wanted to say, sharp tongue, okay? The wolf is an alpha, right? Or he can be an omega. I mean, it just kind of varies on, but this wolf looks like he knows who he is. He is in his power. Look at the fire behind him, the reds and the yellows and the dark. And he's like, you know what? I decide my life, and my life will occur the way I want it to, and no one will stand in my way. It's like, if I'm seeking something, such as my prey, I will retrieve it without hesitation. So this King of Swords energy, and you don't have to be male just to have this type of energy. This energy is telling me that you are clear, you're concise, you're straight to the point. You are a logical thinker. There's nothing wrong with that. But the aspects, the dark side of that, or the other side of the coin here, so something that you may need to work on is the fact that you potentially, and I want to say this in the most kindest way, is that you might come across a little bit blunt, pile 2. Coming from a Aries, which is me, I also understand this level of sharp tongue. It's like I'll lash out if I feel necessary. So I completely resonate with this pile as well. You're like, I'm the alpha. I don't care if I'm male, female, you know, you're a male or female. What I'm saying is you have more of a type A personality. You're more of a dominant. You could have nurturing entities too. I'm not saying you're dominant all the time, but when it comes to an argument, or when it comes to I want to say, you're almost lawyer-like in your arguments. I feel like you always know exactly what to say. It's almost like a challenge to you. It's like a domineering, there's nothing wrong with that energy. By the way, I emanate a lot of that energy as well. So I'm not saying that it is a negative thing. In order to be someone who is hungry, who works hard, who knows what they want. I do not think that there is any negative connotations due to your personality. But Spirit is telling me that you can come across cold at times. When it comes to your relationships, I feel like you can be quite shut offish. What's the word I'm trying to say? You can come across a little bit distant. They can feel shut out for whatever reason. That is the words that tend to come out right at this moment. Also, there is a ram on. I just realized that potentially you could be an Aries. You are a little bit on the fence when it comes to relationships, maybe. Maybe you were hurt in the past, potentially, and now you guard your heart very securely. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but Spirit just says, maybe open up just a little bit. Maybe you're missing out on relationships because you have a cold shoulder. This is Spirit speaking. This is something that has been maybe something you've thought about in your deep innermost thoughts. Because I can hear someone just saying, no, I'm good. Like, I don't need anybody. I don't care if I come across cold, you know. And trust me when I say I understand that energy, because I'm also in that energy where it's like, I'm independent, I'm good on my own, I'm the Omega Wolf, like, look at me, look, I'm fierce, I got it all. What do I need another person for? Like, I got my finances in order, I got my career, you know, this and that. I don't need anybody to pay my bill. This is kind of the energy that I'm receiving. I don't mean to, like, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, or like, I'm not making fun of you or anything, because I'm in the same exact energy. So I'm actually just saying it's okay to open your heart. And Spirit really wanted me to mention that. Let's go ahead and get some more tarot here just to kind of clarify and see what else Spirit has to say. So, Spirits, clarify this King of Swords energy. What advice do you have for pile number 2? 2 of Swords. So you're very logical again. You're thinking, there's like these two sides of you. One is like, yes, I'd like a relationship. But the other side is like, oh no, I'd have to give away my freedom. So why would I want that? You know, it's like two sides of a coin. Two wrongs don't make a right. It's like, I don't feel like I'm quite ready for a relationship. I'm really guarded. And also, you know what the funny, ironic part about this card is that this fellow here is wading through water. So he's like, nah, I don't need a relationship, blah, 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 blah. But then meanwhile, he's watching, romance comedies and is like, wow, it would be nice to have my person. He's watching the Hallmark Channel when nobody knows about it. Sorry, that is funny. His emotions are literally knee deep and he's like, psh, I don't feel anything. I'm cold, Sorry. That's just, the energy to me is so funny because I feel very similarly. Okay, so then we have the Seven of Swords. So there's this deceptive energy. Are you a bit of a player, pile too? And I'm not calling you out or anything. I'm just saying, are you like, you know what? I'll just put myself out there when it comes to intimacy because that's all that they're good for. And that was just something that came out. I'm not necessarily saying it's a negative thing. This could be something that you are battling inner. You're like, I want to be with someone, but I'm just too afraid. I'm not ready. But I still do feel lonely at times. I do occasionally go on a dating app, or maybe I did reach out to my ex and I'm regretting that, or there's some form of regret and anxiety regarding love. Maybe you're the type to self-sabotage. This is just, if this resonates, then this is your reading. If this is triggering, then I don't want you to feel attacked. So if this is not something that you feel is your reading, please don't continue to watch. But this is for those who want to recognize their inner turmoil, their inner ability to make mistakes, and then to say, hey, I'd like to change that. So when I talk about the darker side of yourself, or the unknown, the secretive side, the side you keep from yourself, I just mean something that you need to work on that is hidden deep within. So this isn't easy. Growth is not easy. Recognizing triggers in yourself isn't easy. So again, I apologize if I'm triggering anyone. There's nothing wrong with being nervous and afraid to love someone. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means that there's more inner work to be done. So if you want to avoid hurting others, you should probably just stay in your own energy until you feel safe, until you're ready. Okay, let me go back to the cards here. So I'm just reading and interpreting from what I feel from spirit. So I feel as though pile 2, you have self-sabotaged in the past. You or your person. I'm feeling that this is more you related. But if the roles are reversed, feel free to switch them. But it was almost as if your person, or maybe you, are battling your emotions and deciding whether or not you are ready for love. But what these two cards represent to me, the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Nine of Swords, what they're representing to me is that you are not quite ready for love. There's too much anxiety. You're sabotaging your relationships, even if it is the right person. You're sabotaging it. You're like, you know what? Before you leave me, I will leave you. Before you break my heart, I will break yours. It's this fear of abandonment. I am also struggling through the same thing. So I don't want you to feel alone. I don't want you to feel like I am targeting you or making you feel different, okay? Because there are multiple people in this world who are battling childhood trauma that they are bringing into adulthood when it comes to relationships. As a child, if you were abandoned, there's something that is held onto you until you decide to break that wound. We could be 37 years old by the time we decide to go, hey, I'm tired of feeling this way. I don't want to hurt the ones around me anymore. So what I'm telling you, pile 2, is there is a self-sabotage energy, okay? If you recognize that within yourself and say, I don't want to hurt the next person that I'm with, I don't want to lead anyone else on, then please be very open. It's okay to admit, hey, I've been hurt in the past. I've recognized that I do have an abandonment wound. I do have triggers. And if your person is someone who is the right person for you, they will be patient and kind. And as long as you're honest with them about your feelings, they will work with you. If you're not ready to go through that with the person, then please just be alone. But be honest if you are going to, hook up with other people or, fulfill your needs in that way. Please say, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship, and make it very clear. And then that way no one gets hurt, okay? I don't want you to hurt yourself or others. So if you're not quite ready for any of those things, intimacy is just something you don't even want to think about, then just go ahead and just be in your own energy and find what makes you happy and focus on yourself, okay? So I'm sorry about that very heavy energy. Let's go ahead and get some oracle cards here from spell casting. And let's get some advice from Spirit. Just want to say you're very strong to be able to stay as long as you have in this reading, pile number 2. I do know that this could be a very triggering reading, so I don't want to leave you on a bad note. I just want you to recognize some of the things that you should work on. Let's go ahead and get advice from Spirit. What advice do you have, Spirit, for pile number 2? Financial health. So focus on yourself and your financial health right now. Maybe that's something that you would like to accomplish before a relationship. Maybe you'd like to have yourself set before you decide to jump into something. You're like, you know what, if I want to be serious with someone, I'd like to have a career or a nice home or whatever it may be. I think it's something, as long as it's healthy for you and you feel confident in yourself and that's something that betters yourself, then I say go for it. And I think Spirit says you're okay to focus on yourself and it's not selfish to do that. Okay, I'm just going to take the first 2 on this deck. So we had boundaries and beauty. I'm going to get one more. Protection. Okay. So, sorry about all this mess. So we had financial health, working on ourselves, boundaries. So this card for me is really just saying it's time to make healthy boundaries for yourself and for others. So if someone has taken advantage of you in the past and you're fearing from that heartbreak in the past because someone did do you wrong, I think as long as you recognize healthy boundaries in your next relationship, and again, honesty is extremely important. Vulnerability is extremely important. There is a infinity symbol that she has at the bottom here that just says, find balance within. I also feel that this card is representing spirituality and meditating and going within to get the help that you need from your spirit guides, and never hesitate to contact them. Beauty. So I do think that you are suffering for a little bit of insecurity, but you're finding the beauty in yourself, which is extremely important. No one is perfect. No one will ever be perfect. You can do as much plastic surgery as you possibly want, but in order to heal within, in order to have the body dysmorphia or whatever ailment that the person is experiencing, in order to remove that, it has to be internally. So if there's an insecurity, it will be there whether or not you're fit, thin, big, fat, you think this is ugly or this and that, please do not talk to yourself that way. I don't even like to use those words. I'd like you to have some affirmations and to have better self-talk to yourself. You're beautiful no matter what, and the person who loves you will love you for you. You need to do the inner work and love yourself before you find that person. Protection for me feels like you are mothering yourself. So if you do have this abandonment womb, I can't even talk. I want to say womb. If you have this abandonment wound from potentially a mother figure or potentially from some form of childhood trauma, I do want you to seek yourself as your guidance. I don't want you to find it in relationships anymore. I want you to find it within. I want you to treat yourself as if you can speak to your own self as a child. And how would you speak to them? If I saw me right now at 5 years old, what would I say to him or her? How would I speak? And then I want you to speak to yourself like that in the mirror or in your mind or in your thoughts. And I want you to say, would I speak to a child the negatively way that I'm speaking to myself in my head? The negative way. I apologize, I cannot speak right now. There's a message that's trying to get out, so all of the information is like flowing out of me before I even have time to think about it. But what I'm trying to tell you is nurture yourself, and you will find that you don't need anyone else other than yourself in order to heal. Okay, and let's just get a couple more from Spirit. The comic. So I feel like humor is a coping mechanism for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that you should go out there and have more fun in your life. The self. So I really do feel like there's inner healing that needs to be done within that hasn't been done, or maybe it's something that you've neglected because you just felt it was too difficult maybe. But I think now that you're hearing this message, it's time for you to decide to choose yourself. And I feel like that is a big theme for this reading, is that you need to find self-love before you can really interpret a relationship, at least a healthy relationship, until you're ready. I don't feel like you're ready, pile 2. And if you are, please be very honest with the person, or if you're already in a relationship, please recognize your triggers and speak to your significant other about how you're feeling and why you feel the way that you do. It's like, I yelled at you yesterday. This is just an example. Not because I'm mad at you, but because I felt like it was difficult to let you in. This is something I'm working on within myself. Please be very honest. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden, mother, crone. So it's interesting that we got that last card about protection. There's something that you need to do within. It's like Mother Nature nurturing you nurturing yourself. Her energy resides in all of us. I mean, we each have masculine and feminine sides. I feel like you need to heal the feminine side of you, the one who doesn't want to face emotions. Maybe you laugh about things rather than cry. It's easier for you to just make a joke rather than to feel it. And it's okay to be that jokester, but it's also something that needs to be cracked open and to be felt. I'm so sorry with the way I normally don't speak like this, I promise. I'm just getting so deep within the trance of this pile 2 that I'm feeling your energy within, and so my words are coming out a little bit differently. So I just want you to know The message is the crone is telling you to feel your feelings, okay? It's okay to have feelings. You don't have to do it in front of other people if that's not something you feel comfortable doing, but you need to feel them. You need to then let them go. Because the longer that you don't feel what's been bothering you, the more it will show up in your day-to-day life. So if you don't face it and kind of release it, and look, there's a crow in this person's hand, and it's almost like you need to let go of this bird and let it fly, because this bird is being weighted down right now. The self is seeking solace from you. You are the shadows within that can bloom into this beautiful, wonderful, this almost reminds me of the Ten of Cups, where you can have this incredible life with someone, with this other person, as long as you decide to do the inner work. So I'm gonna leave you here, pile 2. I do offer personal readings if this is something that you would like to dive into deeper into specifics. I would absolutely love to do that. I just do readings for donations. I do them for free, so it's not something that I am trying to make money off of. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. Pile 2, I'm gonna leave you here. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel, and you enjoy the rest of your day. Welcome, pile number 3. If you chose the owl. Pile number 3, I had to clear the energy before I started your pile. I have a clean, fresh slate right now. I can tell that this pile is very intuitive, very instinctual in their spiritual association. I feel like you are very sure of yourself and in spirit. So I feel like this pile is going to be very interesting. So I decided today to ask, what hidden things are you keeping from yourself that you need to recognize and transmute? And what does your person, what intentions do they have towards you? The other 2 piles have actually turned out to be more individualistic, more relating to what are some things they can work on in order to have a relationship in the future. So it isn't necessarily regarding a specific person as far as so far in the reading. So let's see what comes up. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know why I just punched that, didn't mean to. Something's going on, pile number 3. So let's just go ahead and take a deep breath here. Enjoy this clean slate. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, please bring us a clear, concise reading for pile number 3. So pile number 3, I'd like to know a little bit more about you. Spirit guides, tell me about pile 3. So 9 of Cups. So pile number 3, you are extremely independent. You are emotionally fulfilled within yourself. I feel as though you don't need anyone to fill your cup. I feel like you're like, I have 9 cups all by myself. It'd be nice to have the 10th cup, but listen, I'll be good. So I feel like you're very in tune with who it is that you are. You've done the inner work. You've done the growth. You've done the healing. What else for pile number 3? Tell us a little bit more about pile number 3. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors. I'm just going to take this one that decided to go right next to the number 9 here. The sun? Are you kidding me? What is with all these 9s and the sun? This is incredible energy. Whoever you are, pile 3, and I felt it even before I started this reading. It's like, who is pile 3? Holy crap. What do you even need to work on? Nothing. you have this wonderful ability to illuminate those around you as well as yourself in your life. You bring so much good energy, warmth. I feel like you're very nurturing. I feel like you're very, although the owl, I don't get that vibe from the owl as the character of the owl. But I do feel it from the sun here and from the 9 of Cups. I feel like you're very nurturing, you're very loving, you're very in tune with your emotions. You might be a mother, or maybe potentially one day you'd like to be one, or a paternal figure of some sort. Maybe an aunt and you have multiple nephews and nieces, or younger cousins that you take care of, or some sort of nurturing energy here. It's like you're the wise owl that everyone seeks. It's like, well, what does pile number 3 say about that? What are pile number 3's thoughts regarding this situation? Let's ask pile number 3. And it's like, everyone seeks guidance within you. And I feel like you're so independent and so loving to everyone else. But I'm feeling pile number 3 that there's some sort of lack of someone helping you. It's like, who helps the person who helps everyone else? I feel as though you are the type of person who doesn't really allow others in a romantic setting. And this is just intuitively what I'm thinking. It's as if you have this wonderful path. You're like, I have a wonderful family. I have a wonderful, aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews. And I don't feel alone because I have all these wonderful people around me. But I do think that your inner self feels a little bit isolated, a little bit lonely. I don't think this is something that you allow yourself to feel at all. I feel like you're kind of like, my person will be there someday. Sounds like a nice postcard, but I really don't feel like it's gonna happen. I do feel like you're like, that's a great daydream, but let's move on. I feel like it's almost as if you are a bit of a hermit and you're not allowing yourself to meet new people out of potentially, maybe you're just too busy, or maybe you are a homebody, which is nothing wrong with that. But I do feel like there's this, it's almost as if you're like, I'm so busy right now, I'll think about a relationship later. Or, I just cannot give up my comfortable nights, my wine, and my cat. Like, who needs anything else? This is a wonderful state of being to be in, but I do think that it can be quite a bit lonely. So let's get a couple cards on this, if this resonates with you or not. I apologize, I just started getting really nasally. I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Okay. Again, I apologize. So let's get some more cards to clarify. This is such beautiful, wonderful energy, but I just feel like the owl is so a lone wolf. Like, the owl stays up all night while everyone else is sleeps all day, stays up all night, kind of on their own. So I understand that you are well equipped. You have all the necessities that you need to fulfill your life, your career, your goals, the house, the home, the food, in the refrigerator, everything you could need. I feel like you have. You're like, I got it. But I just feel like there's something on the heart level. Whoa. Let's go ahead and just take what we have. Oh my goodness. I did not expect this much. So yeah, I feel like you are the Queen of Coins. I feel like you're already pretty set on the aspect of who you are, on the financial forefront. But then we also have the Queen of Swords here. You're a bit harsh when it comes to love, though. I feel like you're like, I want to say, and this sounds ridiculous, but for some reason the word high maintenance wants to come out. And by the way, I'm high maintenance too, so I don't feel like that's a negative connotation. But I feel like you're like, yeah, I'm high maintenance, but I pay my own bills. Like, who are you to tell me what I can do with my money? And I totally agree with you 100%. You can come across a little bit cold, though, to relationships because you're already well taken care of. It's like, what can you offer me that I can't offer myself? And I feel that very strongly with you, pile 3. I feel like you are this person to be, look at all these blues, this colder energy here. I feel like you're this person who's just like, I'm good. Like, come back another day. Like, I'm all right. Deceptive energy in reverse. So you refuse to put up with BS. 100%. Confirmation right there. You don't put up with nothing, especially when you're the Queen of Swords. You have the pentacles you need. You are the sun. You bring warmth, happiness, love, light to every situation that you have. You're the 9 of Cups energy, okay? You are an individual. You're independent. You are emotionally fulfilled within, without needing someone else. You're honestly the whole package, and you know it. And yet you're like, no one can compare, no one can compete with me and who I am. I compete with myself. Love this energy. Look what decided to come into, it also fell out of the deck here. Yes, you are the Queen of Coins. Yes, you are the Queen of Swords, but there's something deep down that you don't even want to talk about. Who wishes for this? Who wishes for the little house on the prairie, the 2 kids, and the husband? There's something in you, an innate feeling that just says, this is what I truly want. Deep, deep down, I'm tired of being alone and isolated. No one knows this, though. I don't even think you know it. I think it's so deep down, it's like something in the back of your head always. You're the type of person who is completely fulfilled in life, in career, love, but you're just like those romantic comedies where the the busy woman with the career is like, oh, I'm just not ready for love, and then it just falls into her lap. So this is a very sweet energy that I feel that you would like to have in your life. I feel like this is something that you hide from yourself. But then we have the Emperor in reverse. So I think you need to lay down your walls a little bit here. The Emperor to me is very aggressive, very domineering, very dominant, very in your face about things. I think you're missing your Emperor. You want someone who can stand up to you in a respectful manner, someone who can handle you. And I know that's not the wording I'd like to use, because I don't want someone to handle you. I don't want someone who can stand up to you. But I do feel like you are a person who knows what they want. So it takes another person who's very respectful, charming, but can also be similar to your energy. So I don't mean that in a negative connotation. I apologize if it did come out that way. I know that's a very traditional view. A man should dominate me. That's not what I meant, and I apologize that it came across that way. But I just feel like your energy is seeking someone close to how you handle yourself. So you're a woman, you're a boss, you're looking for a boss, or a male who's looking for someone who is business oriented, someone who knows what they want, someone who can seal the deal. I don't know where these words are coming from, so I apologize if I am offending anybody. I honestly am just trying to explain this to the best of my ability. Your energy is insanely strong, so you're looking for another strong person. That's all I'm trying to say. I feel like you might have a type A personality. There's nothing wrong with that. I also have a similar personality. But I feel like you're looking for someone who can meet you eye to eye. Someone who can meet you eye to eye. Then we have the Six of Wands reverse. I feel like you want this Emperor, but again, it's in reverse. So you're just like, it's hard to find that person, or I can't find that person, right? The Six of Wands is telling me that you don't feel like you're going to have success or recognition in that aspect. But I just want to say that this energy to me feels like it is stifling yourself from it. I feel like you easily can have this in any capacity. I just feel like your own thoughts are kind of hindering you when it comes to those last two cards. Because look at your Ten of Cups right there. It is completely possible. You are more than capable of being a wonderful partner, as well as finding a partner who can meet you halfway. So let's get some advice from Spirit. Spirit, clarify the Emperor reverse for pile number 3. Spirit, clarify. Okay, we have a bunch that wanted to fly out. We have life purpose. So it was kind of in the middle here. And I feel like you're the type of person who goes, a man is not going to determine my life purpose. But I do feel like there's something in the back of your mind that you're holding on to that is a deep-rooted dream of yours. There's a purpose that you'd like to have. I feel like you can be both. Maybe in your mindset, you're like, I cannot be a businesswoman and also a mother. But guess what? Plenty of people do that. I feel like in the back of your mind, you're like, I'd love to have a family someday and settle down. It's not going to happen. Maybe maybe my clock is ticking. By the way, divine timing is in order right now. There's a reason why you feel that need. Your wants are valid, and you are allowed to have any want that you desire. Just because someone is telling you you have to have a child doesn't mean you have to have one. Or you're like, just because I'm a woman, I don't need to have a child. But if you would like to have a child, that is more than okay. I don't want you to feel like I cannot have both. I have to be this savvy businesswoman or, whatever independent version of yourself that you have in your mindset of like, this is not something that I want right now. But if it's something that you do want in the future, it's okay to feel that want. And it's okay to believe in it. It's okay to have the courage to, the courage to break barriers. That's what I heard in my head. You can be this owl energy, this wise, wonderful person, and also have a business savvy, kick-ass job, and be a mother. It is possible. It is plausible. Whatever you want to occur, it will occur if this is something that your desire is. Whatever you desire desires you. So for some reason, it keeps coming out child and family. So I apologize if this is not your story. But that child that you wish for wishes for you as well. That husband that you wish for wishes for you as well. Whatever you desire desires you. I just want you to remember that, pile 3. Sorry, I did not mean to knock the camera. Love. This can be inner love. But, I feel like pile number 3, you already have that inner love and guidance, and you already know that you love yourself. I feel like you're going to fulfill this desire. And you can start right now. Spirit says you can start right now. You don't have to wait. Quit stressing over finances, or we can't afford it, or I can't afford it, or I haven't found my person yet. Spirit says it will all happen in divine timing. You just need to have a better mindset and to allow it into your life. I felt the need to cough because I felt like your throat chakra is closed. It's like you won't even let yourself say it out loud. You won't let yourself say, I'd like to have a family someday. Either you feel like this is just not your path and you're it's not your time, or you feel like something is holding you back from wanting that. Maybe it's a fear. But what Spirit's telling me is you need to have closure from that fear or from some sort of past hurt. This could be a childhood trauma, an abandonment wound. This could be just closure with an ex-person, closure within your heart being broken and healing from that. I do feel like I feel this more as a fear. I don't feel that this is closure from your past person or yourself or anything like that. I do feel that this is closure from your way of thinking. I feel like it's time to walk away from that negative mindset, that lack mentality of I cannot have it, I can't afford it, I can't have the family I want because I don't have the person I want. No one could ever add up to my expectations. My expectations are too high. Just manifest the person that you want, okay? Spirit says you are more than capable in manifestation. You can write down specifics. I want a person who's loyal. I want a person who can run a business but also wants children. I want a person who is loyal and giving. I want a husband. Write it all down, light it on fire. Write it all down, shred it up. Say it out loud to the universe, manifest it, visualize your person and you together. Whatever it takes, look into meditation and manifestation. This woman is holding a crystal and she has her third eye open, so I feel like she is manifesting. The moon is very prominent within this as well as this photo, so I think that looking into moon water would be something that might interest you. What you do is the next time there's a full moon, you get a jar, you fill it with water. What you do is you leave it out in the moon. You can leave it out for a couple hours or you can leave it out all night. Grab the water that you receive, put it in front of you, close your eyes, visualize you and your person. Take a deep breath, visualize you walking hand in hand. Visualize your ideal person and all their attributes, personality, career. You can visualize whatever it is that you feel necessary. Drink that water. It's another manifestation technique. Okay, let's get a couple more. Pile 3, I feel like you are more than capable. You are more deserving of love than you allow yourself to see. You are extremely deserving of love. And I just want you to know that you deserve to have the family that you want. I know you felt a lot of loss in your life, but you deserve it. The ring. Yeah, this person is coming. There's going to be an extreme commitment here. The Mystic. You are extremely intuitive. Please follow your intuition. There's even an eye in this ring here. The Kiss. Wow, pile number 3. This person is coming. This person is coming. And then I've never seen this one before. Wow. Never seen this card before. So I'm going to have to read that out of the deck. But the ring is a very strong commitment that's being enforced in your life. Spirit says the time is now. Be prepared. The mystic says you already knew that this was coming. The kiss says this is everything that you are wishing for and manifesting. So Eros, I have no idea how to pronounce that. And then Anima Mundi. I'm just going to go ahead and read these straight out of the book here. Eros, I don't know. I can't say it right. Eros, Eros, I don't know. Tell me how you pronounce it in the comments, because clearly I cannot pronounce it. Okay. So I'm just going to read these straight out of the book here because I feel like you need these. Pile number 3. Love as desire, eroticism, and sensuality. Yeah, I can't believe all of these cards came out together. The 10 of Cups, the Mystic, the Ring, the Kiss, and now Eros. It's like, wow. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. You are desiring someone. Allow the desire into your life, as well as allowing desire in all aspects of your life. This is how I personally am interpreting this card. I'm not even reading off of it. I just truly think that you need to allow desire into your life. I feel like you've been very structured, and I think it's time to allow something new, something desirable, something, go off the beaten path and follow your heart for once. I feel like there's someone who's going to come into your life and shake it up and say, follow your heart. Let's see what else it says. What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Yeah, I feel like you are hesitating because of intimacy. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, through the way is circuitous, you are always being led to its center. Yeah, so the kiss, Eros, this is desire and love, intimacy. The ring, intimacy, commitment. All right, let's look at this Anima on Monday. The soul of the world, all that is. Anima Mundi epitomizes the principle accept all, reject none. Simply put, it is the living soul of the world in all of its multifaceted, multidimensional layers, bonded together by loving cosmic forces. Diversity is celebrated, multiplicity is honored, and nothing is denied. Embrace. Wow, this entire pile is just telling you to embrace love into your life. It's saying that it is universal unity, completeness, unity, the ring, the kiss, 10 of Cups. Are you kidding me, pile 3? Follow your heart. You deserve this. I'm sorry, I'm getting so excited, but you deserve this. This card was on the floor, so I apologize, but your spirit guide is clearly here with you. I didn't even realize that fell out, but your spirits are speaking to you. Please follow the path that they are leading. Follow your intuition. And your person is coming, pile 3. I want you to stop denying the magic. Believe in magic again, pile 3. You are not only a being who is structured and strong and businesslike and individual and independent, but you also are a being that can believe in magic. There is duality. You can have both. You can have logic and magic. You can believe in spirits and also believe in science. I just want you to know that you are so very loved by your spirit guides. And you are so very loved by this person who is coming into your life. And I can tell that this is someone who is meant to be in your life for the long haul. I'm going to leave that here, pile number 3. Thank you so much for joining me. This was wonderful, wonderful energy. If you would like to do a personal reading, let me know. I do have a link below with my email. Right now I'm just doing donations. I do them completely free. If you cannot donate, I completely understand. I really am just trying to interpret tarot and learn more and more each day. So thank you so much to all the piles. If anything resonated, there might be multiple piles that you might need to look into, all 3 piles. I just want to say thank you, and I'm very grateful for these wonderful readings and these wonderful energies that came through. And I just want to wish you the most wonderful holidays if I don't see you. Thank you so much.